Hey guys, long time no chat. Let me get all real close so you can see me. It's been a long time and I apologize, but I like to make videos that have substance, so you have information and you don't have to watch a bunch of them. Not that the other ones don't, it's just I want to have a lot of information for you. So last time we spoke, I was really emotional about my situation with IVF and our future and whether or not we're going to be able to financially afford it and whatnot. So we applied for the grant that's offered through the clinic. This grant it's very rare to have these opportunities. There's not very many, and there's more demand than there is supply. The clinic is down in Scottsdale. Love them to death. They are freaking awesome. I mean, it's awesome that they even offer this grant. And not only do they offer it, but they offer it quarterly, which is awesome, like really awesome. So my husband and I, we applied for Q1 for 2016. And honestly, I expected to continue to apply every quarter because the demand is so high and there's stipulations and things like that. But I put this grant together as professionally as I could in a sleeve with a cover sheet and very well typed out, more so than the application process they had at the time. It was like 3 pages, but 1 page was only the information you fill out. Then it said, on a separate page, answer these 3 questions. Questions like, what is the most important characteristic of being a parent, and things like that. And so, of course, I elaborated a lot, but efficiently, and submitted this packet. So, to make a long story short, in June, that was February, March, right after I talked to you guys. In June, we were advised that we got the grant. We got the grant! That is so exciting! Like, I am freaking beside myself. I can't even speak. I'm so freaking excited. The cost of IVF this cycle is like 14 grand. It's like 13,900, right? The grant, the cycle itself costs that much. The grant covers that process for us, one cycle. So it has to work. It has to work. We still have to pay for medication. We still have to pay for the genetic testing. That's still $6,000 to $9,000 we're estimating. So we have 6 months to use this grant. We have 6 months to get all of this money together because, of course, all the money applies to things that occur right away, like when you start the process, your egg retrieval process. Right after that, the genetic testing occurs. You know, we have to have all those meds in order to get to egg retrieval. So it's really crazy. I have to start this cycle in November. So I spoke with the IVF nurse of the clinic. She's awesome. And she gave me my list of medications so I could start shopping them out. I found a couple Facebook pages that are very supportive. IVF Arizona, Pregnancy After IVF, IVF Support. There's a bunch of them out there. These ladies are phenomenal. They share their experiences. They share their ups and downs. Some of them share their apprehensive nervousness, I guess. And I mean, you get information that might be TMI for other people, but I love it all. Tell me everything. Anyway. So they also have directed me to places for medications. So yes, our insurance does not cover IVF. It covers the diagnosis of IVF. We're done with that point. We're at the point where we can move forward. It's just getting the money to do so. So now we have this grant. Yay! That's not holding us up. Now we're at the meds. So my husband decided to contact our our prescription insurance. It happens to be separate from the medical. CVS Caremark is what we have. And he's like, what the hell? Let's just try. Let's see if they'll cover it. Who knows? So we contacted them. We don't have an answer yet. We got some ideas of what some of these medications are going to cost if we were cash pay. There's a good chance we have to do a pre-authorization process. The clinic has to do that and send the information and whatnot to CVS, this special department. And if the pre-authorization process goes through, which is great, and we get approved, that would be awesome, because then what it does is we just have to pay the deductible. Just like your medical insurance, we have a deductible for the prescription insurance. So we'd have to pay the difference. Ours is $3,000, but we're $1,200 into it already, which is great. So we have to pay the difference, and then what happens is co-pays kick in for the medication. So maybe that $1,000 or $1,100 vial of medication is $250 versus $1,100. but we would need 3 of them. Three. Like when you get into this medication, if you don't know what you're getting into, it's definitely a shell shock when it comes to financial stuff. And I don't know if there's many videos out there. I come across it and people touch bases on it, but they don't quite give too much information. And I understand because everybody's situation is different. What their insurance pays, what it doesn't, the cost varies. And when I say that, I truly mean that. Like they will give me a quote. If we get pre-approved or not, we get the prescription, we give it to them, they give me a quote. That quote is literally for that moment in time. When I am ready to place the order, that quote could change, either up or down. And so we don't know how much that would be. So remember when I talked about being flexible? Like you need to be flexible with your appointments and flexible with your body and flexible with, you know, things, the way things go and the ups and downs. Well, you also need to be flexible with your finances. With that being said, you need to have a surplus of finances to be prepared. You have to be prepared not just for that one-time purchase for all of these medications, but you need to be prepared because as the doctor's monitoring you, as you make those beautiful eggs and everything in your ovaries, and if they're not growing fast enough or too fast or not going to mature at the same time, I mean, they monitor you like mad when you're doing this. You have to be flexible because they might say, you know what, I want to change your medication, or, you know, I want to up the dose, and it gets a little crazy. Like, you need to just be ready to have those funds, and I don't want to mess this up. I have one free round at going at this, so I really want to be smart. So we went through our QuickBooks and figured out how much we could stow away from my paychecks and whatnot, and how attainable this goal would be to start by November. It's attainable, but we might be short like $1 to $2 grand for the genetic testing. I'm not sure how we're going to figure that one out yet, but it is what it is. Like, I'm trying to look around of what can I sell? What can I mean, all this stuff in your house is replaceable. What is mine that I can sell? We don't have much to sell. Like I have a Windows Vista computer right now. It's pretty bad. So, but we're going to do it. We're going to figure it out. I don't know how. We're going to figure it out. GoFundMe was an option. I did some research. Some people had shared with me their experiences, and they I guess take 20% in the end of your end result. And that's a huge percentage. There's some other crowdfunding things out there like Plum, something like that, Plum, and it's geared more towards IVF. So I'm going to pursue that if I absolutely have to. I really, really want to fund this myself. I really want to fund this with my husband. Like we got to figure out a way to do this. I don't, you know, if it's a loan or something that we can do on a short-term basis or something, but I want it to be our money. Not that I don't want to take, like I wouldn't turn down somebody wanting to help me. You know, a lot of people know this is our dream. It's been my dream forever, you know, and my friends know that, and some of them want to help out, and I'm not going to turn them down because we could use the help, but I'm not going to go out there and ask for the whole amount, you know, like I think we need to apply ourselves to the furthest extent possible to get those funds from our own income. The catch now, though, is this grant has put this 6-month timeline on us, so that's the only catch that's kind of tricky. But I'm excited, and I'm so grateful. So grateful. I hope I am one of those stories where the IVF cycle catches on the first round. I hope that my situation doesn't impede anything. Like, I don't have negative fertility stuff. The only thing I have is the gastric sleeve, and my husband had a vasectomy, and we have banked sperm. I don't have other fertility issues. I do have PCOS, but it's so mild, like really, really mild. And I've heard some horror stories about that for other people that have to go through it. And I'm grateful, especially since my weight loss, that it doesn't affect me as much. So I'm hoping that, with that being said, it's going to be good. So contrast to my previous video, I am very happy and hopeful, but realistic as well. So we're just building our plan and moving forward with that. I wanted to share the good news with you. Yay. And as I get, as we get more figures, like I have an Excel spreadsheet of the medication and who we're calling and how much they are per, because I might have to get some from different locations and others. in order to save money. I mean, you just got to shop it out. You got to be so devoted to doing this. And I hope it works out in our favor. So as I get closer, it might be a couple more months before you hear from me, at least until I get the data together. And then we'll go from there. And as soon as we start, I'm going to just keep, vlogging with you guys so you can follow it. And there's so many videos out there already of the YouTube, on YouTube, of the shots and the process and the feelings and all that stuff. So please just keep doing research, because I'm watching them just like you are. I'm following some folks that I totally admire, and I follow their story, and I hope the best for them. Sam Polly, I love her. I think she's wonderful, and her journey has been rough. Follow her though, but that girl's gonna have a beautiful baby. Like, she's gonna just be a great mom. So I look forward to watching all of us out there be successful and become the great parents that we're destined to be. So that's it. And I'll talk to y'all in a few months. Bye.